What's up, YouTube? So, Pure Standards here, and I'm actually going to do something a little bit different today. I'm actually going to do a reaction video on video I did about 12, 13 years ago. This was based on my book, Subprime Felon, and I did a open, like what you call it, a workshop or whatever, right? And this was, oh, I'm sorry, it was a book signing, and this was the only book signing that I think I did for the book. Anyhow, I just want to do a review on it and just see what's different. I mean, this is one of my highest rated videos, so let's just take a look at it and see how many things have changed since then. So while I was inside the prison, I learned that prison isn't as crazy or insane as it really is. Matter of fact, it was like a big old detention. One massive room, almost like this, and you had. So I don't feel like my voice has changed. There's that. This was at the what's the name of this bookstore? It was here in Sacramento. I totally forgot the name of the bookstore. I gotta look it up. But yeah, they were the only one that gave me one of these for free, and I actually think I gave them a little bit of a kickback from the book sales. Also, I was part of a group called the Urban League, and they came near and they filled up a little bit, and they bought a few of the books, and some of the money went to them to kind of help out, with some of their projects and whatever. So, yeah. Had four sections closed off for housing areas. Along the side of each wall, you had TVs, and you had rooms in each room that had TVs as well. In fact, let me read you this passage real quick. Yeah, I remember that. It was just one big room, and like you had I was basically near the freeway, so I think my bed was on the other side of the freeway. So like towards the end of the row. And then behind me was a freeway, which was another patch of people going back and forth. And then on the other side of my bed was another walkway that went back and forth. So my bed was literally on the corner of two traffic ways, major traffic ways, if that makes sense. It was one massive room with bunks and lockers for all the inmates. Yep. There were 136 inmates living in this room. Now that would fluctuate from time to time. Sometimes it was, I think the lowest it got was like 70 people, like 70 or 75 people. But there were, when it was 70 people, man, it was empty. I mean, it felt really empty. It felt like you could ride a bike through that bad boy. Sometimes less, because inmates would transfer to other prisons or go home. The dorm was full of inmates who self-surrendered and inmates who transferred or worked their way down, as inmates put it, from other institutions. So basically, worked their way down basically meant when they went from the higher institutions and worked their way down. So you go high, medium, low, camp, and then the halfway house. So that's working your way down. The only way you could do that is if you had non-violent crimes. Now, so a lot of those people in the camp were drug offenders or fraud or white collar. The dorm was divided by the walkways and an area we call the freeway into different living sections. Yep. Each section had 4 living quarters, yep, each having 2 lockers, a twin-size bunk bed, and a desk. I don't think I ever used that desk at all. My bunkies used the desk. I didn't touch it. In the living sections were 4 televisions which were mounted at the highest point of the walls. In addition to these televisions, there were 3 smaller rooms, each with a television. The televisions were controlled, yep, by inmates, usually the ones who've been there the longest. So I was there for 17 months. I didn't touch a single remote control. I couldn't even tell you what it looked like. We're in the room first, or the inmate who was there, who had the highest, who's there the longest. And it was hard getting into a TV because I think they basically woke up to get the TV, or what I've seen some cases do,
Some inmates would actually take it to their locker and go to sleep with it. Like they would just take the remote control. I don't think they were supposed to, but ain't nobody said nothing either. And I sure wasn't saying nothing because I was more concerned about getting out of prison and getting as many things lined up as possible. So I didn't really care to watch TV. Now I did go watch TV like an hour or so a day, but it wasn't my focal point.
In this area, we also had stuff over here where I was able to write. And also, when I was tired of being in that room, I had to leave and go to a library called the Leisure Library. Basically,
oh yeah, the Leisure Library. Yeah, I remember that.
Set up like little, you had 5 little desks, and I just sat there, put the headphones on, and just wrote. I wrote the journal that eventually.
Hey, someone took pictures? Huh. I wonder what he. I don't think I ever met that guy. And this was an old friend of mine right here. Was she right here? Yeah, old friend of mine. I wonder what happened to her.
Became subprime felon. I wrote rough drafts for 2 novels, different blog posts, and different sort of business ideas I thought may work out in the future, which haven't quite panned out yet.
Which was probably one of the most productive I've ever been, and I don't think I've ever reached that level of productivity since. But now I'm looking at it, I'm kind of glad because it's like, yeah, I kind of want to get things done. So, it was a good experience. I'm glad I was able to make it work, but I don't need to go back. Yeah, I definitely don't need to go back to it at all. But yeah, that was a really good that was a long time ago. And the book still makes some sales. I mean, I don't make as much as I used to, but yeah, the book still makes a little bit here and there. My alma mater, Saginaw State University, used it for a little bit. I don't know if they've used it since, but it's been really good. I'm glad I wrote the book. Yeah, hopefully I can get some more success out of it. But honestly, I'm ready for the next book. I'm ready to get done with my grandmother's book. So, that'll be coming soon.